Can be confirmed to you, my Yah, do I lift up my soul and trust in you. He always kept me whole and left my enemies deep in their holes. Let none that wait on Yahweh be ashamed. But shame on those who sin without a cause. Show me your ways, please teach me your laws. Oh Elohim of my salvation, I'm staying down impatient as a child all the while I'm waiting. Remember not the sins of my youth. Lead me in your truth and He'll give your soul ease. The earth shall remain inherited by a seed. The secret of Yah's who fears Elohim, a fool believes everything, and to every word spoken, you can't take heed unless you hear somebody curse. You know you did the same thing. That's why I'm begging Yah for mercy and His love and kindness, cause I know that I ain't worthy.
This seven seas, captivity is taking hold upon me. Don't frighten me and now we flee from fallen leaves. The ground and grief from all the blood, how people sing. And now we cry, where is the word from Elohim? And so we physically all this wise to be submissive, but we dismiss it. It is of this reason we have fallen victim to the lies that your root will prey and pursue. Rebellious of the Son, forgotten that He is one. Broken the holy ordinance, rejection of reproof. Then acknowledge what we do. Now we return back to the truth.
Yah's word is the truth. Yah's decrees is the proof. Local 12 just released the scoop. It's the summer of Sam. They calling us Ham. Made us worship the Son of Man. And somehow that the moon they stole our style and gave it to Rothschild. Now we exalt the vow, but hit the turnstile. Yah's Nabi set the crooked things straight. Praise Yah from the rising to the evening to the closing the gate. Exposing the fake. Yah give the truth a daybreak. Now the liars can't escape and the haters can't relate to the light the truth makes. See the wicked pride deflate. You adore Yah, magnify Yah, cause He's great.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise and honor to the Holy One of Israel, to the Creator of the heaven, the earth, the sea, and all that is therein is, by saying hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Yah is righteous, Yah is holy, and let Yahweh be magnified. Once again, the Creator has allowed us to come to another day, another night, to bring to you His great, holy, and exalted words, even the words of Yah. My name is Mowreh IshiYAH Yisrael, of the house of Israel, located right here in Cincinnati, Ohio, 1907 Vine Street, bringing to you nothing but the truth. And yes, it is true. All you're going to get is the truth For Yah ordained me to tell you the truth. And this is what I'm going to do. And who is this Yah? Yah is the creator of the heaven, the earth, the sea, and all that is therein is. Yah is the Elohim of our fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, Yitzhak, and YIsraEL, whom you may know as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yah is our king. He's our judge. He's our lawgiver. He's our only Savior, and not just of Israel, but Savior of the world. And I thank the Most High for allowing us to bring to you his words. For who are we that Yah would even take account of us, humble himself, and just deal with us? And who are we that we would take his words and put it in our mouth and speak to you all he has commanded us? So I thank the mighty Yah in all sincerity and humility that he have given us this opportunity to bring to you the greatest words ever written, the greatest words ever spoken, and that is the word of Yah. Last night we spoke about I have a dream. Since many of the people were talking about around the earth, speaking about the dream of Martin Luther King Jr. And so we found that it was very relevant to talk about dreams, true dreams, actual dreams that the Creator himself has given many of our people. The very first dream we read about and discussed is the very first dream in the scriptures. Now, that don't mean anyone else didn't have a dream, but the very first dream that became relevant to discuss was a dream that our father Abraham had. And we showed you what this dream is. And this dream is written in the book of Genesis, the 15th chapter. And I just want you to see that one more time. Genesis 15. And this is what it says. Starting at the 12th verse. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. And lo, and horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. And we brought to your attention that this dream is not only recorded and written in the scriptures of truth, as we read in here, the Holy Scriptures, the book of Yah, but this dream also is part of a historical record that we can go through history and find out where is this people that is spoken of, that is in a land that is not theirs, where they have been afflicted, where they have served their enemies for 400 years. Surely this is how you establish whether something is true. And we know the historical and geographical location where this dream occurred. And where is that? Right here in America. As I brought to your attention, according to the historical records of the United States Congress, the 115th Congress of the United States of America established a bill, January the 8th, 2018, Bill H.R. 1242, that they will commemorate the 400 years anniversary of when our people came here on slave ships in Jamestown, Virginia. Now, the only people that's talking about being somewhere and being in a land that is not theirs for 400 years is the so-called black man and woman in America, and those who have been scattered throughout the various countries right there on those slave ships. And furthermore, show you how significant this is. And I may add, this dream that our father Abraham had, no one else is talking about this dream was a part of their reality. No one else. Not the Jewish community, not the Hispanic community, not the Native Americans, not any other nation at all. The only people that this dream became a reality is the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who people call today blacks or Afro-Americans and African-American, and they were called and considered other things. And then there are some around the world that's listening might say, well, how is that evidence that you all are the people of the Most High? Well, it's evidence because we the only people that have been in the land that is not ours for nearly 400 years. And a book prophesied one will be in a land that is not theirs for 400 years. What other evidence do you need? Well, maybe you need some more, and we're going to give you some more. Furthermore, it makes total sense when the United States of America, of its own historical records, they just celebrated their 400-year anniversary in 2007. 10 years or 20 years, and really it's 20 years before they will begin to start commemorating the anniversary of when we came here as slaves. They established their colonies in 1607. And then they started bringing slaves in 1619. And so in our existence, the first year that we were here in America, because the Almighty always count at the end, was 1620. In 1607, America was established. The first colony was established, and they began to build. By 1611, the first King James version of the Bible was printed. Here it is, a people came from England, established the land, and 4 years later, they established what the world know as the King James Version of the Bible by hiring 30 of the top scholars around the world to translate the Dead Sea Scrolls. And they came up with the Bible. That was in 1611. So you see how history plays a very prominent role in helping us establish certain things. Now, all history is not the truth, because they done lied about a lot of things. But I'm just showing you the origin of the historical written facts. Many of us are only removed, or we're maybe 3 to 4 generations removed from slavery. So this history is not hard to understand, but I'm showing you where it began. Furthermore, not only was this the first dream in the scriptures, and this dream had everything to do with you and I today. This dream was prophesying what will befall us and where we will be and what we will be doing. But not only was it a dream, but the Creator also said this in this same chapter. The very first verse, Genesis 15:1. After these things, the word of Yah came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield, and thy exceeding great reward. So not only this man Abram had the first dream that the Most High will go to a man and foretell the future about, but this is the first man that also had a vision from the Most High concerning what will happen. In other words, what is a vision? A vision is when the Creator show you something. He can show you a pictorial of something, or the Creator can just reveal something, because a vision is a revelation. It's something that you're told. It's something that you can see. It's something that you can understand. It's clear because it's a vision. Now, some visions the Creator will give you and give someone is not for that individual. It's for him as a record that he received this vision, but it's not necessarily for him to understand. And today, we can clearly understand that this vision and dream that Abram received was talking about us. If not, who else is it talking about? And this is important because imagine not having a visionary or a dreamer. Well, if you don't have no visionaries and you don't have no dreamers, then how would the Most High communicate with us? Because we're not holy enough to just sit there and have a conversation with the Most High as Moses did. Let me show you this. And then you can understand why there were visionaries and dreamers in the book of Numbers, the 12th chapter. This is real important. It says in the second verse, Numbers 12:2, and they said, have Yah indeed spoken only by Moshe? Have he not spoken also by us? And Yah heard it. Because little do people know, Yah hear everything we say, and he see everything we do. So don't think you're getting away with anything because Yah hear us. And a lot of things we're saying is a total abomination unto Yah. And many of the things we're doing is a total abomination to the Most High. This is why the Creator is saying, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Elohim and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So I can hide from you, and you can conceal things from me. But at the end of the day, there is none that can hide from the Most High. And here it is, we walk around telling people, don't tell nobody. Let it just be between you and I. And then we have feelings and emotions that can be straightened out if we just talk to one another. But because we conceal it, oftentimes somebody get hurt. But you can't hide from the Most High. And the Most High heard this. This should let you know to fear the Most High. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And Yah spake suddenly unto Moshe, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam, Come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And Yah came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came out. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yah, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. And my servant Moshe is not so, who is faithful in all my house. In other words, Moses was so faithful to the Most High, Yah didn't even have to speak to him in visions and dreams. That's a faithful man. This is a man that Almighty just sat down and talked to face as a man speaking unto a friend. And I'm going to show you that. And why and how was he able to do that? Why? Because he knew this man was not going to make an idol and worship him. He knew that. He knew this man was not going to misrepresent him. He knew that. He knew this man would not have a heart to lift himself above all the people. He knew that. He knew this man would not blaspheme him in his walk. He knew that. And how did he know? Because this man was faithful. And Yah judged the heart. He looked inside a man to determine the type of man he is. And he tried a heart. In other words, all the various things you go through in life, Yah seeing how faithful you are. He's seeing your integrity. He's seeing where you really lie with him. And at the end of the day, he wants to see how much integrity you really have. So he tried a heart. And he tried Miriam. He tried Aaron. And what did they do? They tried to lift themselves up by bringing Moses down to their level. Have not Yah spoken also about to us? In other words, what we're saying to you about this Ethiopian woman is not, you shouldn't be with her. This is not right. This is not something that a Levite should do. The Levite should be with an Israelite. So Moses, you don't went too far. And we're here to correct you. And Yahweh didn't like it. And Yahweh heard it. And Yahweh straightened it out. Just like many of us also have to be straightened out. Because the Creator said the crooked things have to be made straight. And today, we got many people that speaking things that Yah never said out of his mouth. Having you visualize things that's not even in the book. In Yah's book. But yet they content on telling you and having you to believe it. You don't think Yah hear them? And you don't think Yah see them? Yah hear and see all of us. Every last single one of us. Including myself. This is why the Creator said this in the book of Proverbs. Proverbs, the 29th chapter. It says in Proverbs 29, reading verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Because the law is our life and the length of our days. The law is the truth. And if there's no visions, the people perish. And I hear people losing hope all the time. People tell you all day long, if the people tell you the truth and be honest with you, they let you know the only reason they're not going to certain various classes is because they stop growing. They stop learning. They stop developing. They stop being strengthened. Good counsel began to cease. They felt stagnated. And why? Because there is no vision. And the people must have vision. They must have hope. They must see past now. And Yah gave us vision to be able to see past now. But everybody don't have that vision. So as teachers, we have to paint the picture. But we can't paint no picture with our own brushes, with our own canvases, and with our own mind. The only thing we can paint is what the Almighty told us to see and tell the people. Not adding to it, nor taking away from it. So this is why not only Abram was the first man that Yah will come to him in a dream. He was the first man that the Almighty will give a vision to. And what was that vision about? Again, that vision was about his seed. And who is that? That is us, the so-called black man in America. Which let you know this is Yah's prophet. As a matter of fact, he was the first man called a prophet in the scriptures. And when was he called that? And why was he called that? Because what he first said about us. And I just want these dots to be connected. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Show you an example of this in the book of 1 Samuel, the 3rd chapter. And everybody's not seeking a vision from the Most High. And everybody's not seeking the Most High, period. See, if you were seeking the Most High, you'll be seeking a vision. You will be seeking a visitor. you would be seeking one of his servants. You will be seeking the truth. Look what it says in the book of 1 Samuel, the 3rd chapter, starting at the very first verse. And the child Samuel ministered unto Yah before Eli. And the word of Yah was precious in those days. There was no open vision. In other words, the Almighty wasn't coming to nobody. So everything they was doing at this time, they became very stagnated in life. They couldn't grow and develop spiritually. No wonder all the various sons of Eli were so wicked. Because where there is no vision, the people perish. Who want to live in a state of condition where there is no word from Yah? And here there was no open vision. And who received that vision? Let me show you how Samuel was perceived after Yah went to Samuel. At the 10th verse. And Yah came and stood and called as at other times, Samuel, Samuel, or Shemuel, Shemuel. Then Samuel answered, Speak, for thy servant heareth. And Yah said unto Samuel, Behold, I will do a thing in Israel, at which both the ears of everyone that heareth it shall tingle. In that day I will perform against Eli all things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I begin, I will also make an end. For I've told him that I will judge his house forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not. That's why we can't play with our own children. We got to tell our children the truth, and we got to be prepared to see it through. It's not enough to just tell them, but we got to judge. We got to make it right. We got to make sure the crooked things that they do don't grow. And watch what it says. And therefore I sworn unto the house of Eli that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifice nor offering forever. And Samuel lay unto the morning and opened the doors of the house of Yah. And Samuel feared to show Eli the vision. Then Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. And he answered, Here am I. And he said, What is the thing that Yah hath said unto thee? I pray thee, hide it not from me. Elohim do so to thee, and more also, if thou hide anything from me of all the things that he said unto thee. And Samuel told him every whit, and hid nothing from it. And he said, It is Yah. Let him do what seemeth him good. And Samuel grew, and Yah was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. And all Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, knew that Samuel was established to be a prophet of Yah. And Yah appeared again in Shiloh. For Yah revealed himself to Samuel in Shiloh by the word of Yah. So this is a vision. A vision is a revelation that comes from Yah and Yah only. A lot of the visions we hear about are things that are vanity. And they are things that are not consistent at all in the Creator's word. Whatever dream you have, whatever vision you have, should not it be consistent with the word of Yah? Whatever you believe, whatever you teach, should not we be able to find it in a book? And if you believe it and teach it and saying it, and it's not in the book, then what should we think? Should we ignore it? Should we act like it's not said? Or should we cry loud and spare not? We must be our brother's keeper. Where there is no vision, the people perish. The Creator lets us know that there's going to come a time where He will visit us. And it's important to know this because there's nothing new under the sun. This is how the Creator worked. Let me just show you this real quick. First, in the book of Genesis 50. In the book of Genesis, the 50th chapter. And watch what it says. These are the last days of our father Joseph. And this is what it says. The 22nd verse. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house. And Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation. The children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and Elohim will surely visit you and bring you out of this land unto a land which he swore unto Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, Elohim will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. So Joseph died, being 110 years old. And they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. So in other words, this is how Yah operates. One of the visions that we know from the prophets is that wherever we at, Yah is going to visit his people. And let me show you, this happens. this happened. Yourself knew it, and it happened as he said it would. Yah visited our people in Egypt and carried them out, just like yourself said. Now, Yosef told his brethren this because he wanted them to be prepared for Yah to visit them. He wanted them to know that one day they would literally go to a land that he swore unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So it wasn't no mystery when Moses showed up to tell the people he came from Yah, because they were expecting it. And look what happened in the book of Exodus 13. In the book of Exodus 13, and I'm going to start reading at the 17th verse. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that Elohim led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For Elohim said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. But Elohim led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moshe took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, Elohim will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Sukkot and encamped in Etam, in the edge of the wilderness. And Yah went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of a fire to give them light, to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. So here, Moses did not just show up on the scene as if there were no expectations. This was already written. This was already known. Because you have to have visionaries and dreamers. But all the visionaries and dreamers come from Yah. They come from the Most High to bring to you his words. That's why all these other dreams and all these other visionaries, these are visions and dreams of their own heart. And anytime you want to know the truth, all you got to do is verify it from the scriptures. And it will tell you whether that individual is telling you the truth or not. And we have a lot of people telling you things that didn't come from not one of Yah's dreamers, nor did it come from any of his visionaries. Furthermore, as I stated before, there's nothing new under the sun. Watch this in the book of Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter. Because it was foretold, and they knew that somebody would come into Egypt and deliver them, and to take the bones of Joseph out of Egypt. But what about today? Is there a visionary, a dreamer, or someone that Yah has foretold that will deliver the people out of this land? Watch what this says. In the book of Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter, starting at the very first verse, it says, "Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation, not desired." And we brought you this. This is one of the things that you should be doing in the last days. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of Yah come upon you, before the day of Yah anger come upon you. Seek Yah, all you meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of Yah's anger. And watch what he says. For Gaza shall be forsaken, Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nation of the Cherethites. The word of Yah is against you, O Canaan, the land of the Philistines. I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitant. And the sea coast shall be dwellings and cottages for the shepherds and folds for the flocks. Now watch what he said in this 7th verse. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Yehudah. They shall feed thereupon. They shall feed thereupon. In the houses of Ashkelon shall they lie down in the evening. For Yah, their Elohim, shall visit them and turn away their captivity. So Yah said, once again, he's going to visit our people and turn away their captivity. And watch what it says in the 8th verse. I've heard the reproach of Moab and the ravelings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnify themselves against their border. Therefore, as I live, says Yah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breeding of nettles, salt pits, and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of Yah of hosts. So here, what's the bottom line? That the Almighty, as he did in the beginning, he said he will visit our people in Egypt, and he did. And he visited our people in Egypt through his servant Moshe. And he delivered them. And he brought Yosef bones out with them. And not just the bones of Yosef, but also the bones of our father Jacob. And actually, Jacob was already gone because Yosef made sure he took his out and buried him in the cave where our other fathers were buried. And when we went out, we took Yosef with us. But once again, the Creator said he will visit us again. Right here in this place. And the Almighty don't change. And who would he send? Who will be this visionary? Who will be this dreamer? Or this prophet? Or this messenger? Or this one that Yah would use as an instrument to deliver our people again? The first thing you want to understand is, when will this happen? You already know that according to the dream as well as the vision, that our stay is only supposed to be 400 years. That's number one. And number two, this is what the Creator said also that will happen in the book of Deuteronomy. In Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter. I want you to see this. Because where there's no vision, the people perish. I got people calling me from jail. I have people writing me from jail. Who will give them hope? After the enemies told them, you got life. After the enemies told them, you got 10 years. After the enemy told them, you have this and you have that. Who will let them know the visions of Yah? And what about those who feel hopeless that this American dream that everyone is attempting to fulfill, only to become a nightmare? And did not Abram say, and did not the dream say, and did not the vision say that a great horror fell upon him? So this American dream that you've been sold is no dream at all. It is a reality of great horror. And I want you to see what also will happen in the book of Deuteronomy 32. So you can see. Excuse me. And watch what it says. 15th verse. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxing fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook Elohim which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Elohim, to deities whom they knew not, to new deities that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Of the rock that begot thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten Elohim that formed thee. And when Yah saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a forward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spend my arrows upon them. They shall be burnt with hunger, and devoured with burning heat, and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust. And watch what it says, because this is what happens to us. The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of gray hairs. And I said, I will scatter them into corners. I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. And that's where we at today. Our memory about Israel is gone. You don't even know who you are. And the other people don't know who you are. And we all are lost. And watch what he says. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high, and Yah have not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they should understand this, that they would consider their latter end. How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock has sold them, and Yah has shut them up? For their rock is not as our rock, even our enemy themselves being judges. For their vine is the vine of Sodom, and are the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall, their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of dragons, and the cruel venom of asps. Is not this laid up in store with me, and sealed among my treasures? To me belonging vengeance. In other words, what you mad at? What you mad at the world for? What you marching for? The only person that should be having vengeance is the Most High himself, not you. You the reason. I'm the reason. We are the reason that we in the pitiful shape that we're in. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. For Yah shall judge his people and repent himself for his servants. And watch what it says. When he seeth that their power is gone, and there is none shut up or left, and he shall say, where are their deities, their rock, in whom they trusted, which did eat the fat of their sacrifices, and drank the wine of their drink offerings? Let them rise up and help you, and be your protection. And this is where we at. This must take place. This will go down, because this is a vision of the Most High. Our power had to be totally stripped from us, and we have to be put in a position of total help. Then Yahweh say, where's your deliverer now? Where is your help now? And yes, it won't be this fake crying our people do, acting as if they crying out to Yah. No, this will be a literal cry that will take place right here in America. And the tears will be tears of reality. Because Israel will be judged. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But happy is he that keep the law. Our people undoubtedly don't believe what the Creator is telling us will happen. Because if you believe in the various visions and the various dreams, then you will demonstrate and show in your actions that you are preparing for deliverance. You are preparing for one, or for the Most High himself to visit you. And how do you prepare for the Most High to visit you? Do you stay the same? And you know the Most High is coming? And you know the Most High will visit you? And then I just show you he will visit? He has visited? And there's no new thing under the sun? And you will do nothing to prepare yourself for the visitation of Yah? And Yah told our people what they should do and how they should prepare. But our people and the leaders of our people will have our people to prepare as if they're preparing for some survival class. No, these survival tactics that you are employing is not going to help you when Yah visit. The only thing that's going to help you are the various visions and dreams that came from Yah himself, that he spoke out of his own mouth to his servants. And this is why I'm showing you where there is no vision, the people perish. And this is why I'm showing you I have a dream. Because any other dream and any other vision is pure vanity. You're going to see the power that our people think they have in America totally stripped, erased, and disappeared right before your eyes. And not only that, in the book of Jeremiah, show you this. In the book of Jeremiah, the 5th chapter, and I'm going to start at the Jeremiah 5, verse 18. And this is what it says. Nevertheless, in those days, says Yah, I will not make a full end with you. And it shall come to pass, when ye shall say, wherefore doeth Yah our Elohim all these things unto us? Then shalt thou answer them, like as ye have forsaken me, and served strange gods in your land, so shall ye serve strangers in a land that is not yours. And who is this? Who have been taken out of their land through the act of captivity and served their enemies? And never to return. Who did this? Who is this speaking about? Who is this dream and vision about? What other vision, what other dream matter? Who can teach you the various visions and dreams of the Most High? True visions, true dreams, but his servant. Declare this in the house of Yaakov and publish it in Yehuda, saying, hear now this, O foolish people, without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Fear ye not me, says Yah? Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it, And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. But this people have a revolting and rebellious heart. They are all revolted and gone. Neither say they in their heart, let us now fear Yah our Elohim, that giveth rain, both the former and the latter, in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. And what is this latter rain? Have you looked it up? Have you studied it? Have you seen what Yah has foretold and prophesied? No wonder the people are perishing. They have no vision. No wonder the dreams don't matter, because they have become vanity. There's a dream. If there is a vision, should not we be able to read it in the book of Yah? But these vain dreams and vain visions, talking about we're going to heaven and dwell in pearly gates, and where did Yah say that? Yah never said that about his people going to heaven, and nor did Yah talk about us going down in the earth, dwelling and sitting on couches with big-eyed women and rivers flowing with wine. This Islamic vision of the afterlife. No, Yah didn't say nothing about these things. Everything Yah told us is about what we're going through each and every day in our reality. And this is our reality. Watch what the Creator let us know in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Show you how reality meets the scriptures. In the book of Deuteronomy 28, this is what it says. At the 63rd verse. And it shall come to pass that as Yah rejoice over you to do you good and to multiply you, so Yah will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. And Yah shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other end. And there thou shalt serve other deities, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But Yah shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. Is that reality? Or is that a dream? No, that's a dream that foretold and produced the reality that you see every day. This is a vision of truth. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. And thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have no assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, with Elohim it were even. And at even thou shalt say, with Elohim it were morning. For the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. And watch what it says. And Yah shall bring thee into bondage, because that's what Egypt means. Again with ships. Now who did that happen with? Who did that happen to? By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. In other words, they're not going to deliver you at all, because this is a dream. This is a vision. And this has become our reality. And this is what we must fear, because Yah said he will visit us. He visited us in the past. He will visit us in the future. And how do Yah visit his people? Well, through his servants. And how will Yah visit his people today? Through his servants. So, what will you do today to prepare yourselves for this visitation? Will you continue to believe things that Yah have not said? Will you continue to follow shepherds that cannot produce the various things that nobody dreamed and nobody visualized that came from Yah? Or will you finally take hold to the Most High Yah and his truth? For where there is no vision, the people perish. But happy is he that keep the law. Your life depends on these dreams and these visions. Either you're going to believe them or you're going to die. And the last scripture I want to show you is in the book of 2 Chronicles. Second Chronicles, the 20th chapter, the 20th verse. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Yehuda, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yah your Elohim, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper. So ask yourself, do you want to prosper or not? And all you got to do is verify the things that you have heard, that have been told you, that have been taught you. All you got to do is verify the various visions, the various dreams, with the word of Yah. And then you will know what to believe and what not to believe. Not only these are the dreams, but these are the visions of the Most High. This is our most pressing trial and tribulations. This is our test. And through this test, the Creator wants to see whether we will keep his commandments or no, whether we will believe in him, and whether we're going to have integrity or not. The decision is yours. Truly, without a shadow of a doubt, we're at the final stage of our trial. And we have to decide whether we're going to close the deal and go out the right way or the wrong way. It's up to you. The Almighty said choose life or death, good
90 seconds
or evil. So choose life that you might live, for the Creator's word will not come back unto him void. What he has said, shall it not be done? What he has spoken, shall it not accomplish the thing that is sent for? This is the truth of Yah. So, until tomorrow, Yah love you, and so do I. Shalom.
seconds.
Yeah. confirmed. To you, my Yah, do I lift up my soul. And trust in you, he always kept me whole. And left my enemies deep in their holes. Let none that wait on Yahweh be ashamed. But shame on those who sin without a cause. Show me your ways, please teach me your laws. Oh Elohim of my salvation, I'm staying down and patient. As a child, all the while I'm waiting. Remember not the sins of my youth. Lead me in your truth, and he'll give your soul ease. The earth shall remain inherited by a seed. The secret of Yahweh who fears Elohim, of who believes everything. And to every word spoken, you can't take heed unless you hear somebody curse. You know you did the same thing. That's why I'm begging Yah for mercy and His love and kindness, cause I know that I ain't worthy.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.